Real estate, like a lot of professions out there, can be a very scary industry if you don't take the proper precautions. If you're not a realtor yet or you're thinking about it, we really do tend to put ourselves in very unpredictable, unstable, and even unsafe situations. With that being said, we want to make sure that we are putting ourselves in the position of power, if you will, as in we are being as best prepared for any situation that either may arise or that we will squash out right offhand. And what do I mean by that? You can plan ahead of time, so before the situation even happens, or if there is an emergency after the fact. There's all these different scenarios that can happen. So we are just going to talk about a few things that you can do to prepare yourself. So if you guys are new to my channel, it is Linda Barr, your Denver North Realtor, and we are just gonna jump right in. So as you know, clients, especially if they find you online or maybe it's a referral, however they contact you, they are probably doing their research on you, which is totally validating. And obviously they want to know and get to know you and see who they're going to be doing business with. Well, the coin definitely flips the other way. You as a realtor should definitely be doing your research on these potential clients. However you get them, it should not matter whether it's a referral from someone you know or whether it's an internet lead or some random person who came onto your website or found your information. You need to be going in, making sure you have a phone conversation with them first. Get their information, have that conversation to say, hey, how'd you hear about me? Kind of start breaking the ice. Let's just call this a pre-screen, if you will. You are going to be talking to them on the phone, asking them certain questions, figuring out what their needs and wants are, and of course asking them those red flag questions to kind of weed out the more serious buyers or sellers that you may be encountering. Not only to not waste anybody's time, but to also be there for your safety. I always like to have a really good consultation with them. This can be done either on the phone or by Zoom. This way you can physically see them, they can physically see you, you guys are having that interaction, you're having that conversation, or just hearing them. If they don't want to talk to you on the phone, that right there should be a red flag. If they're just like, no, we just need to meet at this property, absolutely not. I never would advise anyone to go meet anyone they did not know at a vacant property. Once you get that initial phone call or Zoom call done, at that point you can set a time and place to meet at a public place. Either your office, a Starbucks, a business center, anywhere where you know there's going to be a mass amount of people. If they are telling you that they don't want to go meet you at a public place, they just want to meet at the property, they are limited time, whatever excuse that they are going to give you, you need to take that as a red flag. Now, once you're set to meet up with somebody, I don't care if it's at a property or whether you're meeting them at a public place, you need to share your location. Now, depending where you're at, certain brokerages may have a protocol. You might be married, you may have a significant other, you may have a realtor partner, mom and dad, your best friend, your brother, your sister, it doesn't matter, whoever it is, share your location. And this is even if you've met the client before. So it doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be on the first meeting. This could be for multiple. So for me, anytime I go, whether it's at a Starbucks or a property, I am always sharing my location with my husband, with my mom, with my broker, my photographer, whoever is on my list. I actually share it with a few people. Now, if I'm doing like a parade or I'm doing a tour of homes where I have multiple, I will always map it out. When I map it out, the cool thing about it is it will have the time frames of when I will be at these actual properties, when I'm going to actual properties, which is awesome because I can just email or text that to my husband or whoever I'm going to be sharing my location with, so they know that these are the times, this is the location, and this is when I'm supposed to be at those properties or places. Not only do I share my location, but I also will send updates. So if I just have one showing or maybe one meeting, I am always, normally it's my husband, will give him a call, be like, hey, I'm going to meet so-and-so, or I'm going to meet this client, or I'm going on my tour that you already have the locations for and the times for. And then usually I'll either shoot him a text or give him a call and say, hey babe, I'm all done. Or I'll call my mom, be like, hey, I just got done touring on my properties, or I just got done meeting the new client. Whatever it is, even if I'm meeting other professionals. So you guys, in our industry, we meet up with a lot of different people. It isn't just clients. So on a side note, I do this with everything that I'm doing in my business when I get in my car and leave my house. Other thing I want to share, and especially if you're like old school, because I remember real estate agents, you jump in the car, you get to go tour around and all in the properties with your realtor and go run around. I do not provide a rental car, limo if you will. I am not a chauffeur for any of my clients. I will meet them at the properties, wherever we'll be meeting up, whether it's at closing, whether it's at title, maybe we got to meet up at the office and do some documents. We are always meeting at the office, in a public place, at a property. Even though I have like a home office, I don't have them coming to my home, and I don't have them getting in my personal vehicle. Now, this is just my recommendation and what I personally do. I look at it as not only as a safety matter, but it's also for liability standards as well. The next thing I want to talk to you guys about, physically preparing yourself. What do I mean? To me, I'm talking about kind of visualizing your surroundings and seeing if there's anything that you could utilize to help yourself, especially if you're in a situation where you could be attacked, just for self-protection. Usually when I'm running around a house, I have a pen. Utilize a pen. Has anybody seen the Jason Bourne movie? There you go. I'm not telling you to go out and buy nunchucks or brass knuckles or a ninja star, even though they might help. But if you don't know how to properly use that, that could be a bad thing. Let's talk more on the acts of actually maybe taking a self-defense course. Whether you're a woman or a man, it doesn't matter. It happens to everyone. And it's not just in real estate, but just having some combative skills of maybe precautions for a situation that might arise, and having that little bit of knowledge on what to do if you're approached, or if someone was to come at you with something, or if you're in a situation where you wanted to bolt. Maybe some parkour lessons. I say that in a laughing matter, but totally not joking. I know in my area, they have self-defense classes come up a lot, and some of them are geared strictly towards realtors, but they do have a lot. You can find them anywhere, or just some classes that you can take just to get at least the basics down, for if there was some kind of situation that would arise, at least give you a little bit more edge or a little bit more knowledge than what you have at this moment. Another form could be getting mace, which is the spray that you use to ward off animals, attackers, whatever, a threat that's coming to you. They also have a key. It's called a monkey. What's it called? I'm gonna have to have it. I'll have it right here. It's a monkey something, but you can actually make these, but you can buy them, and it's a little ball on a rope that you can attach to your keychain. And of course, you can always go get your CCW, so don't forget to check your state's regulations and everything on that. But that is definitely an option to make sure that you are keeping yourself safe and others around you safe. The last thing that I want to touch base on is following your gut. And that is literally that internal clock, the hairs on the back of your neck that stand up, all those things that you internally will feel or know or think. Sometimes you'll be in a situation or you'll feel something and you're just like, it just didn't feel right. It doesn't seem right. Listen to those inner voices, whatever you want to call it. Make sure that you are listening to that too. Half the time it may not be anything. Your intuition is usually always right. So make sure that you are listening to yourself, going with your gut feeling, not just blowing it. For example, like whenever I do an open house, I never do them alone. I don't care. I have met agents who don't like to do them with people, won't do them with other agents because they don't want to share the leads. They want to be able to take everyone that comes in there because they're putting in that time and effort. But I don't get that. My life is worth more to me than any lead, anybody else. I am a mom, I am a wife, and that to me comes first. So I don't care if it's another realtor who does them with me. I'll bring a lender, I'll bring an inspector, I'll bring a photographer, whoever is in the industry that can help me educate anyone who's coming through those doors. I will have them there with me. It is just how I do business and how I would recommend anybody doing it. Or if you just are that way, okay, great. Bring your husband, bring a spouse, bring someone with you at all times. This isn't even just for open houses. This could be for showings or anything in that manner. I can't tell you how many times, like, my husband's gone with me on showing or when he walked property with me. You should never ever think that, oh, well, I can't, or I don't even want to ask because I feel weird, or I'll just do it, and brush off what your gut's saying or whatever the situation is. If it just doesn't feel right, make sure you're taking those proper precautions. And yes, you can. Always ask, always do. I know usually my videos on here are bubbly, are fun, are just talking about loads of information. Today was just kind of on a more serious note. I will have that link from NAR, actually, with their resources and their safety protocols down below in the description. And also, you guys, if there's anything I touched base on or anything I didn't that you guys do or that you guys utilize, also let me know in the comments below so we can get the word out and get all that information, because honestly, I don't know every safety precaution, I don't know everything, and it's always good to be sharing these kinds of things because we do live in a very dangerous world, unfortunately. And some of these are not even, like I said at the beginning of this video, it's not even geared all towards real estate. It is just geared in life in general. So again, you guys, if I don't see you around Denver, I'll definitely see you on my next video. Bye.